That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders. That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Welcome to another episode of That's What I Said with your host, Cedric Sanders, giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. The broadcast starts now.
We about to get ignorant, just so y'all know. It's about to get real ignorant.
Cedric D. Sanders.
It's Friday, y'all.
They probably just eat ass with a baby spoon.
I mean, it is literally Friday.
It is.
That's what he said. Yeah. That's what he said.
And it's hot than a mug.
I mean,
well,
it is.
I wouldn't necessarily say hot. I mean, it's hot and muggy.
It's that type of hot word. I mean, from under anything is sweating. I mean, if you got anything from under, if women with the big chest, you got skin that's from under that other floppy thing y'all have in front of y'all. I know that has a temperature by itself. Don't do any temperature check-ins under the breast area. Because that shit, you can melt butter in that shit. Bruh. That, I know it's hot there because for a man, you get that swamp action going on. Bruh. Literally be swimming in nothing but this sweat. Man, it is, man, they already said it was going to be hot, bro.
Uncomfortable.
This heat is disrespectful. It's
Straight up disrespectful.
like weather is a straight asshole, like for real.
Just damn shame.
So peace and love to everybody. I hope everybody's enjoying their Friday. It is Friday. That means it's time for That's What I Said. The only podcast that I guess can switch up on them because the podcast wants to be bipolar.
Hey, well.
I mean, and what I mean by that is the title. It's the season premiere. So yes, we have reached the season's ending of the podcast. No, we are not leaving. No, we're not canceled. We are restructuring. That's what I said is getting turned into more of an entertainment show / podcast until it gets rebranded or renamed, the whole business venture thing. And once it does that, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
So
I think it's gonna be good.
Ride with us for the changes, because these changes are going to definitely change our dynamic as far as how we do the podcast. But it's also going to give us an element of control. With podcasting, you have all your control because it's your podcast. When you go into the show aspect of radio, podcasting, if you will, you're getting into the creative phase, because not a lot of podcasts are shows. A lot of podcasts that are out there are like interviews or conversations, and however those are based around. But for me, I want to be different. I want to bring an element of improv, but also the element of what's going on right now today, real, business, as it's being recorded, put it in the podcast to where, you can listen to all platforms. You can listen to the podcast on all platforms. But when you're live, you have a platform that people can listen to you live and get notifications, just like they get notifications on Facebook. So make sure the people that are watching on Facebook and anybody else that's listening, and you're on Facebook and you're listening and you going in and view the video, make sure you turn your notifications on.
Absolutely.
And support your boy. I mean, we out here, doing what we do. So yes, it's a season premiere. So we're getting into a position where we're going to restructure and change how we do the podcast and be able to get it in a better audience by being different. I mean, our numbers are still going up, and that's great, but I want them to go up more by being different and being, who we need to be. So with that being said, things are changing. Things are going to change as far as the dynamic of the podcast, but it's still going to be, that's what I said.
Absolutely.
So maybe some music changes, may not be, we may have more music. We may actually have more funny with segments. We may have more funny with just the things I want to create within a show, podcast atmosphere, entertainment value, especially on the Friday when you're chilling.
Yeah.
Instead of spending your money going out twerking and shit. I had a conversation with Sissy, and that's what we were talking about. It's different how when we used to go to the club.
Right.
We would go to the club, get our drink, a song will come on. You right there by the bar, whatever, or you got a table, and y'all just chilling at the table like, yo, that's what's up. You just chilling.
Dancing in your seat.
You chilling.
Yeah.
The people that wanted to go on the dance floor, they get on the dance floor. They wasn't doing all that twerking shit. It was just, they vibing like, hey, shit, yeah.
Right.
Boom,
right.
boom, slow song come on or whatever, you go out there with your lady, you do your little slow song, you go back, hit the bar, I go to the bathroom and shit, I'm good. No, these niggas, they be doing twerk lines and shit. These motherfuckers out here and they club attire twerking.
Oh my. Well.
And men, I said this to Sissy when we was talking, I was like, see, and this is the thing. Y'all sit out there twerking, and then you got a man that'll just come up behind you and be like, hey, and then all of a sudden you stop. And you're like, boy, you better stop playing. What's wrong with you? I like ask you to come over here and get all behind me. What's wrong with you? And you just walk away or whatever. Or Sissy said, she was like, well, I mean,
you was throwing that ass. Oh.
I mean, I usually stop and just look. But then she understood what I was talking about. She was like, yeah, you're right, though. But if you sit under throwing your ass up there, what do you expect? Mm-hmm. So, like, this generation is the direct repeat of our generation. It's just now hyperinflated because of all the shit that's been updated and
well, yeah, I mean,
even with music, because like rap music was really kind of getting on the scene in the early 80s. This is when I was in grade school. But it was like really hitting the airwaves, and then the whole dynamic of R&B and hip hop started to change musically, and
technology has blown the hell up.
It's crazy because now you can listen to the radio if you listen to the radio and listen to, you know, the real style of what you want to listen to without the fear of having someone not necessarily be in competition with you, but playing the same type of music you are.
Yeah.
But it's like how you deliver that product is going to be your make or break point. Ain't nobody going to listen to a radio station where you playing the same damn song every damn hour at the top of the hour.
And why do radio stations do that shit all the damn time?
Current time is 8:00. It ain't even Quiet Storm. It's Friday.
Yeah, but I mean, it's ridiculous how these radio stations do that shit. Because you'll be jamming out, you'll hear that song, and then you're, you know, about to reach your destination of where you're going or whatever. And next thing you know, that damn song coming on again, and you're like, I just heard this shit. Come on. Can we play something different, please?
It's not even just that. I mean, it's more of a popularity contest when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to radio, and when it comes to just the sheer fact of trying to be valid in your community, be entertaining at the same time.
Yeah.
But not kind of being, you know, in a sense, I guess better word would be not to just put it out there like you're in competition with somebody. But really, in a deep sense, you are, because you're trying to be valid in the community of people that like to listen to whatever it is that you put on the radio.
Right.
Excuse me. And it's just like, it's just like TV. People want to create shows that are appealing to people and are going to meet their entertainment value. Because everybody has a little bit of, I need some entertainment. I need to laugh, or I like this show because it's interesting or it's funny. Whatever the case may be, everybody has that in their soul. Doesn't matter how it's planted there. It's for you.
Right.
It's your endorphins going, it's like, you know, I need to laugh, or I'm really interested in this because it talks about my history, or this is entertaining. Let's watch this together. You know, it's putting that feeling of desire to look at the creativity that someone else created to, you know, for entertainment value.
Right.
And feel good about it. This is where the problem lies. Everybody wants to be judgmental of what you watch or don't watch.
Yeah.
It's there to warp your mind. There's nothing good about it. Okay, so if you're not looking at it for the educational piece of it, you're looking at it, I don't know, for entertainment, how is that messing your mind up? If it's for entertainment. If I want to laugh because genuinely I like to laugh or make other people laugh.
Right.
Why would I not want to watch something or look at something that's going to make me do the same?
I guess there's a lot of things that, you know, people are like, no, this, if you even turn your TV on or whatever, it warps and distorts your brain cells or what have you. And it's not that. It's, I mean, if you sit in front of a television 24/7 with it playing and you're just, it's just on for white noise per se, because some people, they just need a noise or someone speaking or whatever on in the background to distort anything else that's going on, you know? And it's not to say that it's a distraction.
Right.
But it's just something that's there to drown out any other things going on in your brain.
Well, it's not even just that. I think it's the opportunity to occupy and allow you to relax and not have to think about certain things or overthink. You know, people always use the excuse. Sometimes you procrastinate when you're scared to do something because you know it's going to affect someone else. And then I think about it. It's like more people procrastinate because they just don't want to do something. Or is it because they know how it's going to affect someone else? And I used to think about that shit because I used to procrastinate a lot in the Navy.
You was that 12th, 11th hour kind of.
Because I was an over perfectionist. I knew if I did it early, I wasn't going to have my whole I'm just not going to have my whole me behind it. I was just going to do it to get it done so it can get off my desk so I can get to the next thing.
So that's funny you just brought that up. Because I had some shit like that happen to me today. I'm not even going to lie. I had this document I needed to review. I did my initial review. Found some information that needed to be corrected.
Right.
And I sent that shit back to that person. And then I sat back. It took me about, I don't know, maybe an hour or something. And I thought about that document again. And I was like, you know what?
I forgot some shit.
I need to take a closer review of this document to make sure that whatever product I provide back to this individual, they understand it wholeheartedly. And I found like 10 more things that need to be changed. And I'm like, shit, I should have done that shit the first time.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem with life or people that have responsibilities to do things or the ability to appreciate the people around them and not appreciate what you're giving them. So I used to be that guy. I knew what I can get away with and I knew what I needed to pay attention to. Yeah. And the reason why I did my work that way was because, for lack of better terms, I was kind of dealing with shitty relationships. And I was trying not to do something that was going to take me a lot of time because I knew at some point the thought of this situation was going to come up and I was going to try to hurry up and get it done so I can go smoke so I can stop thinking about it. So I learned this, I guess you can call pedigree of ways to do shit efficiently. And it was like getting to the point where I was doing it right the first time was my whole like goal in life.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I could do it and get myself in a position to where I could do it fast, I could do it right.
Yeah.
And go to the next thing.
Your accuracy level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people don't do that shit in life.
Nah, you're right about that. But I mean, seriously, like it took me that hour after not, focusing on it or whatever. And because I don't know how many things on my list I had to get done today.
Right.
And, partway through my list, I stopped and had to go back.
Right.
Because I felt like that document that was provided to me really needed some extra review. And it just so happened that individual had emailed me back and was like, I appreciate your feedback, your quick response, yada, 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 and I had to email that individual and say, hey, I'm sending you a new product. It's on the way in 10 minutes. So, yeah, it was just one of those things where it was like, damn, I need to fix my own problem by
that's
just
the thing.
quickly moving through something.
Right. But you had to get to a point where you recognize that. You know what you did and didn't do or whatever, and what was going on at the time that kind of distracted you into doing the quick hurry up and get off my desk ritual instead of it just being what you would normally do. And translating that into like today's life or today's society of how things are going, people are quick without reviewing the whole situation to come up with their own emotional feelings about whatever. Like a week ago they were talking about the woman that was going off on the guy because he brought McDonald's to his son and she's got 3 other kids and shit like that. Everybody was giving their damn emotional response to it, and people know me. I would normally post stuff about trending, trash. That's what I like to call it, the trending trash that's going around. And anything that's going viral, I call it trending trash because it's here today and gone tomorrow. And this is what I learned just from people on my friends list. A lot of people didn't agree, and some people did agree. The people that did agree were other women. There was a great majority of women that didn't agree.
Right.
With men, it was kind of the same thing. It was more men that agreed that, you should shut the fuck up. And other men was like, I can kind of see her point. But see, even if we did a conscious look, regardless of what was being shown to us, real or fake, this is
keyword.
Okay,
real or fake.
Let me play the button.
Really, nigga?
Real or fake? You have to dissect this shit before you give an emotional response. See, we have people out here that have this ability to socially, emotionally transmagnify volcanic eruptions in people's emotions because they say it's okay for you to do that. They want you to act on your emotions. No, I need you to marinate. Because these people are judgmental and going to tell you what they think of you based off of what you present. Let me play my other button. Sometimes you're not out to get what you can handle. And what I mean by that is that most people go out to get something that they desire instead of something that they can handle in the place and in the situation that they're in life. You can't be looking for a man or you can't be looking for a woman that's 5 times higher in the tax bracket that you're in when you don't even know what it means what you have to do to handle that type of person. And what I mean by that is that some people are in a different position because of the position they took control of in life. Right. They were able to get into this position or work at a company to where, they're in this higher tax bracket. You may be attracted to this person may be attracted to you, but are you the right person for them? And it's not because of their tax bracket. It's because of how you handle someone like that. And what I mean by that is some people, when they're in a higher tax bracket, like to appreciate themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's not because of how much money they're making. It's because they're not broke. They're not living beyond their means. They're probably taking care of themselves very fucking well.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just introduce yourself into somebody's relationship as high. I know exactly what to do and how to take care of you. I'm going to give you some of this whack.
Bitch what?
Oh, let me play the button.
Bitch what?
Bitch what?
Bitch what?
I've seen so many people get emotionally disturbed and driven by somebody that's, reality social media stuff, I never really understood why in the world do people feel the need to post their business on social media. I ain't being judgmental, but I can dissect the video in about 2 looks. So if a video's 5 minutes, in about 20 minutes, you're going to have either an asshole or you're going to have somebody that's not going to say nothing because you know you're going to hurt somebody's feelings. And there's differences between that. And what I mean by that is you can cautiously walk into a conversation so people can respect you, or you can cautiously cuss somebody out without having to use one cuss word and put them in their place, or you could just shut the hell up. I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's like you have to talk to people that way because people live so far in their ego to where they can't be wrong with what they say or what they feel.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some things that, I see on social media or whatever, and I just have to look at it for a second and I'll be like, the fuck is this? No, let me just keep scrolling because I ain't even gonna give that shit an ounce of energy anymore. Roll on.
I see you, Body, in Facebook. What's up? I appreciate you, brother. I don't know, babe. I don't know. I think wholeheartedly, as a black man in my community, you can see the problems that's going on. You can see the frustration.
Oh, absolutely.
You can see the stress. You can see the the pain, the happiness, the joys, the fulfillment. But pain has a totally different,
oh, absolutely,
expression, or
sure
body
does.
language, or habits,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to be like that one person that says, "Oh, I can feel that shit."
Because
And now you turn into that person that everybody was like, "Oh, really? So I need you to feel me, nigga." I didn't say because you have pain that I'm gonna feel that. No. I feel people's pain differently than everybody else feels people's pain. I know when someone's been in a bad relationship just by the personal conversation you can have with that person.
yeah,
And you ain't even got to have a relationship with that person to the point where it's sexual. It's just how someone talks and what they talk about.
right,
Not because of the comfort level either.
yeah,
It's what they're comfortable in a sense of who you are. Are you presenting them an open door so that, and like I say, it's not comfort, it's comfortable. I don't think y'all heard me. And I'm not trying to be like that guy that presses that button when you're on the hip hop shows and shit. And yeah, it's a good topic. But it's a opportunity to have people look at you in a way that's non-judgmental.
right,
But getting past that point is having a good amount of people around you. And what I mean by that is people that are supportive, people that are not going to let you fail, not
Right.
based off of your opinion, but just based off experience. And you can only tell them that. You can't just tell them, well, I was just having this conversation with my wife. I was telling her, sometimes when you have conversations, you can't go off the maybe factor.
true,
I don't care who you are. I don't care what the conversation is dealing with and who you are talking to. You can't fill it with a maybe. Some people might not actually pay attention to that. There's a secret about Cedric D. Sanders that a lot of people don't know. I've listened adverbs. Preposition, adverbs. Some prepositions. I can't say all of them. But adverbs. Conjunctions.
Conjunction, junction. Watch your
Function. But you have to
Sorry.
to listen to somebody says maybe. It's not just doubt. They don't know. And the one thing I learned in my military career and in life is don't shoot from the hip. That meaning is saying don't shoot from the hip with a phantom pistol that you're not ready to win the gunfight with. That's what that means. Shoot from the hip was back in the Western when people used to draw. Your gun was on your hip. You were confident enough to be fast to pull that gun up to the hip.
Right.
So what you have to do is be confident in whatever it is that you're talking about. And what is this I guess you could say Generation X and everything else has turned into is some people have maybe. This may fix it. This may be the issue.
Yeah.
No, we know what the issue is. Say what the issue is. Stop trying to dumb it down so you don't get the finger pointed at you saying that this person said that the issue is this. We can't be, so questionable on how we feel about something or what we know about something when we're nowhere an expert at it because they asked us, they brought us here to conversate about it. And the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, I don't know. Maybe he's an asshole. I don't know. I mean, maybe. You got people that are confident enough to say that they assholes. I'm one of them. I know I am.
Right.
I don't live there though. See, that's something that, I've learned through this being able to understand who I am. Not the spiritual piece, because we're not going to talk about that. I'm having an argument with this community right now. Ideally, spirituality. Everybody wants to be a refractionary dummy to the other person they watch on YouTube and just be a copycat. It's too many copycats to authentic people. And that's the same thing going on in life. But see, the balance is that if you are aware who you are and you like how someone talks, you like how they envision things, you like how they put things together and how, they're very articulate with words. They can express themselves. And you don't feel anything alarming with that person. That might be good.
Right.
But see, we question so many things about so many different people because the bullshit factor. Let's be real. I literally dealt with that like 4 years ago. Yeah, it was 2018. It was a nice sunny day and some fuckery came around. I should have had some footsteps playing. It was like a scary movie. It was like, oh no, it's Godzilla. No, it's that nigga. That's what it was. It was one of them bitch ass niggas. Bitch ass niggas.
I'm through.
If I can get an Asian person to say that like Godzilla, I would be winning. That's not racist. I'm just saying, I think it'd be funny. But anyway. What was I saying? What was I just saying? Before I went on that funny rant.
I'm stuck on the funny rant.
You're an asshole. You're supposed to be keeping me in line. What kind of co-host are you?
I normally do keep you in line, but I'm still there. I'm
So,
sorry.
yeah.
I apologize.
No, you're not. I blame you.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're fighting in the bedroom. So
Whatever.
I think at a point of just being real, I needed to get in a better position to where I can have these discussions without any judgment, without any feeling like I'm stepping on somebody's toes or pissing somebody off. Not that I really care about all that, because that's just a distraction from the emotional detachment that you need to have that you're not having. So it's a fight. It's like somebody says something and pissed you off, and now all of a sudden you want to react to it.
Right.
It's like, why are you reacting to it? He shouldn't have said that. Why? Why does it affect you so much? Was you there? Did this person personally do something to you? I mean, it's hard to say that to a black man, especially about racism. When this shit's starting to come up, like, I don't know, like
It's coming up more and more often.
like pigs and bacon.
More and more often than it need to be. It really is. And it's disheartening.
So
Very much so.
a lot of people don't know. I'm mad that I did not save this. It was an arrest that happened to people that have already dealt with loss and pain due to racism. And I'm mad because I didn't save it, and I apologize. And I'm trying to do some background on it. And it may be that commercial time, since I'm getting this light buzzing on my thing. Yes, I have to take commercials because, I mean, that's what I have to do. Unfortunately, but fortunate. But I'm a find this story for y'all and talk about this because I think it's very ironic in the days that we're in, talking about racism. So, as always, since I've been doing my commercial breaks, it's about 2 minutes. If you're listening to the podcast, it's going to be the commercials that I play, and I'm sure there'll probably be commercials that they'll play. You'll know the difference. Let's just say that you'll know the difference. But this will give me the opportunity to reset my show at any given time. Whenever we reach this point, whenever we reach a point, and I think this is a good point, so
Yeah,
that
because then we can come back and talk.
come back, get it in, and then we
Round
do
it
what we
up.
normally do. Go into our little segments at the end if there's anything to talk about. If not, we're going to be about this piece because it's Friday, y'all. And with that being said,
We'll be back.
we be back. Shut him down, boy. Shut him down.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders. That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
100% real, raw, and uncut. Deadass.
All right, y'all. We back in this piece. And I couldn't find it. But I promise y'all, I'm going to get it together. I know at some point I'm going to end up coming across it, and I'll probably end up talking about it on Facebook or something like that. But make sure y'all following me and everything else, because I need to share that with y'all. Because when I saw it earlier today, I think I wasn't just like such shock or whatever. I was just like, I need to verify this.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm gonna do some research and see if I can find that actual information about that, because it was literally crazy when I saw it, because I was like, the hell? Are you serious? But I didn't do research to look it up, so I got distracted. But I'm going to look and find out the information, because I think it was really weird, because they posted bail on 2 of the people, and they were all black. Then the other ones, they said, you can't bail this person out because they're not cooperating. Huh?
Wow. That's crazy.
Wait a minute. The judge sets bail, not you. If you don't set your little, I need to have a job so I can help my wife go through college because she got pregnant and I found out she was my cousin. It's like, nigga, shut up. But it's astonishing because of how this world has turned into such a racial, discriminatory pot of bullshit. And it may have already been happening. It's just that people have ignored the shit.
Yeah. A lot of people suppress that
or
stuff.
People have a voice and expressed it to certain people. But it takes somebody knowing somebody for it to get to like a celebrity or somebody else, for them to be able to say, oh, y'all ain't talking about this? Little black girl in Philly got, kidnapped or whatever. They ain't talking about this on big news. But then it's like they talk about it and it's on BET, but who's the community that listens to BET in great numbers? And if it's not on mainstream, it's not news. I'm sure it's news on Black Twitter. I'm sure it's news, in certain groups and Facebook. But why isn't it news that's on the regular news feed?
Yeah.
Why does it have to go to a major affiliate like CNN, AP News, Reuters, whatever the case may be, before people actually see it, and then share it and share it and share it, and all of a sudden it's on your feed because when your friends got it and he shared it or whatever, and it's like, damn, I'm just not finding out about this. It happened a week ago. It's like, damn, what the fuck? And it's like, we are not even taking the reality check that we need to take. But y'all don't realize this is the conversations that we're going to start having. 2 weeks.
So
be gone for 2 weeks. Go ahead, babe.
Can I bring up the issue with the shooting that happened July 4th in Chicago? Like, this kid
Well, yeah, I mean, we heard about the shooting. He
Right. Killed 7 people.
pretty much had it planned for weeks, and what's funny is like they within that same, I think that the same few days, they arrested a couple of guys in Richmond that were planning to do the same thing on July 4th.
Right. Exact. I was going to cross point that with that because we heard that in the
yeah, this I
on
guess
the radio.
this kid had this shit pre-planned, bought the guns legally,
Yep.
and went there disguised as a woman.
Right.
And after the shots was done, I guess the clip was empty or whatever, he walked out in frantic mode, just like everybody else that was.
Yep.
And this fool was the one that did it.
Yeah.
So it's like,
disguised himself not only just as a female, but as a scared participant
yeah,
of
yeah.
the parade. And like, what? Because he didn't want to draw attention to himself, so he fit in with the dynamic that was occurring. And it's just sad. But I mean, it's interesting that, you know, prior to the shooting and all that stuff, you know, the conversations that's being had is that, you know, the dad is having dire financial issues,
and this is what people turn to.
and the police continued and frequented the home on multiple occasions prior to this kid going out and doing the shootings,
So he was stressed out.
for lack of better words. Yep.
Man,
I know.
so
And this is what they resorted to.
it's not even just what they resorted to. This is what a lot of people are trying to get away from. There's people that are born and bred here, myself included. My wife, of course, my dog, my mom. It's like, damn, can we go somewhere and just enjoy life?
No.
No, you can't, because it costs money. It's expensive. You can't save anything with the economy that we have because the economy is crap.
Ugh.
We're paying for loans that they've taken to try to get out of the. Did y'all realize what the debt to income? Not what the debt to income, but you realize how much we're in debt?
Oh, it's astronomically stupid.
No, it just went over $30 trillion.
Oh.
I'm sorry. $30 trillion. Who is your accountant that lets you have $30 trillion in debt? Dumbass. Like, who? I'm still trying to figure out who it is.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I want to know.
What?
30 trillion. We just recognized Rihanna
Yeah.
for hitting Forbes and being a billionaire.
Right.
We have billionaires, people that make money, but we got the whole country that's in debt because it can't make none. You got a whole treasury. How are you in debt $30 trillion and you print money? You have a whole building that prints money, but you're in debt $30 trillion. How are you in debt when you print money? Oh, that's right. That money ain't even worth the value that it's printed on.
IOU.
No, it ain't even IOU. How you gonna IOU something? How you gonna tell people to pay their bills when you ain't paying yours? How is the credit ratings?
The government.
How is the credit ratings looked at or even factored in to each individual person when the country's debt income ratio is trash? How do you owe $30 trillion? And do you have bill collectors calling you? United States government. Yes. This is Equifax. We noticed you missed a payment. It is going to negatively affect your credit score.
And the person on the other end, I don't give a shit. because that's the way the government is right now.
Okay, so help
They
me
don't
understand this.
care.
The government is completely, utterly in debt. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely, wholeheartedly.
Completely in debt.
Yep.
Over $30 trillion, right?
Yep.
And gas is what a gallon?
Damn near $5 out here. Just out here.
Okay, so I'm not.
Other states, it's different.
Yeah, it ain't worth shit. But this is what. Okay, I'm not gonna detract, but I have to say this. How is the stock market dropping all these points? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about a recession, y'all. I'm about to say some shit that's going to make people, what? How are we going into recession when Trump gave us stimulus checks? How is the dollar, how is there so much inflation on the dollar to where the housing rates are at a very low point right now? Because they're wanting people to buy houses. You see how this government works this system?
But the interest rate is increasing to purchase that home.
Well, that's if you get a variable rate.
No,
Right now, they just had a report yesterday talking about the housing rate. The housing rates are still low.
What?
So I'm saying that because from a money standpoint,
Right.
if you thought about not buying a home because they said inflation and everything else, no, this is when you want to buy a home. Because of shit like this. Your rate is protected. Your rate's not going to go up if inflation happens. The value of your home is.
Right. Because you can lock it in.
You can lock in. So let a Zillow come out and they say our house is worth like, I don't know, 800,000.
Well,
I will knock all this shit off the wall.
I'm out.
I will knock
So-
I will knock all. You think I'm playing? I will knock all this shit off the wall and then figure out what land we about to buy.
You sure right.
Because it's going to be the compound. Believe that. But see, this is how you make your money work that you ain't even got in your pocket, but you already know it's going to be in your pocket. You got to have a plan.
Because, like, literally read something earlier. Now, I, of course, can't find the little piece of information that I had seen, but it said, we are going into this recession, and this recession is going to be worse than it was in 2008.
Oh, yeah. They already, and I think the reason why is because of inflation, how much things cost now, how it's going to affect big businesses because everything's more expensive because of inflation that happened from 2008 to 2022.
Oh, it's fucking stupid.
14 years. But it goes back to this other video that I liked that came out years ago. It just happened to come across my timeline where someone was talking about how the United States is the best country in the whole world to live in when there's over 220 sovereign countries. Only about 180,000 of them are actually free, have some freedom, when we lead in incarceration. We lead in so much other shit, gun violence, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mexico might be beating us, but that's not the point. The point is we have a lot of violence here in this country that we consider the best place that everybody wants to come to. When we can't even put our shit in one sock and control our own people and provide a better living for them.
Yeah.
Then we have Japan, where Japan is not known for gun violence at all.
And shit popping off.
Oh, Japan just had a murder from gun violence yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So former Prime Minister Abe got shot from what reports have been saying. I don't know if this is true or not. A lot of people are saying this gun was built because you can see the video and it was 2 shots that went off. The first one kind of sounded like an old, like, I don't know, shitty bazooka. Mm-mm. But then the second one that went off sounded like TNT.
Oh, well.
In the video, you could barely see him, but you could see the former prime minister get hit and he falls immediately to the ground. But the video is shaky because it's an explosion of some sort. Because when you look at it, it doesn't sound like a gunshot. It's like an explosion. And it, you know, kind of shakes off or whatever. But they said that he was, when they were reporting it in the States, which was like about 45 minutes to an hour after the incident was first reported, he was no vital signs, and he was airlifted to the hospital. And of course, they later said that he passed away from his, succumbed to his injuries and everything. Mm-hmm. But this is the damaging thing about this. When people glorify how they can show the emotional disagreement or how someone did somebody else and how they're going to react to it. Mm-hmm. And the first thing they do is grab a gun.
Right.
It's starting to get to the point where this is how people answer their problems.
I was just about to say that's the answer that they use is getting a gun, and that's the answer.
And it's like, that's not the answer.
No, it's not.
It's like you can't argue with somebody because you have a disagreement. So to shut them up, you're just going to pull your gun out and be the first person that shoots. No, it starts off like a fight until you get your ass whooped. And then when you get your ass whooped, you get up and go get your damn gun, and now you're shooting a person. Like that's supposed to, it makes no sense.
That doesn't solve the problem.
It doesn't.
Not at all.
So
it's not that definitely is not the solution base.
It's not. So
at all.
It's sad that he lost his life, and they caught the guy. He was in the crowd, like literally when you see the video, He was in the crowd. You can see him extend out, and like the gun didn't go off, and kind of the person kind of pushes him away, not thinking it was a gun, because like I said, they don't have gun violence there in Japan.
Right.
It's more of like, I'm a slap the shit out of you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. I mean, I guarantee you Japan will ratify that situation altogether.
Oh, absolutely.
Where I'm sure guns will be outlawed and they would be whatever because of that. They won't do that here in the United States because of the Constitution. They won't do that because of the mere fact they created an organization to protect the Constitution, specifically with that article.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any organizations, but I think y'all know what tree I'm trying to climb up. If a whole party can protect an agency or an association or a group, how are we doing that for each other? All I'm saying is that everyone has the right to protect their family. Everybody has the right to bear arms.
Correct.
But are we really like allowing our arms to go to dysfunctional kids that think it's okay to just talk about the guns that they have or the guns that their dad has? Or is it really just that okay? Because it may not be your kid. It may be the kids that he's around.
Right.
And I know for a fact when we go to Kentucky to go see your family, those kids grew up around guns.
Right.
They know not to point them at people. They know whatever. They use them for hunting.
Trained, and That's exactly it. They use them
But
to live off the land.
But some people have gotten guns to protect themselves because of the code of the streets, or they selling drugs, or they whatever.
Yeah.
They got to protect themselves because there's always somebody out to get their ass because they jealous, or they could jack them because they know that you got the stuff. We can't even sit at the table and try to even have a discussion about ending gun violence when it's written in the Constitution that everybody can bear arms as long as you're over the age of 18. And then they put amendments in there for background checks and such things, which I think is valid, and they should.
Yeah.
Because of domestic violence, things of that nature. I agree to that. What I don't agree with is the treatment of people that have done mass shootings, or how they're getting the equipment to do these mass shootings.
Right.
To me, it's not.
But see, those individuals, babe, you have to think, if that individual goes to a gun shop, they're 18 or 21 or whatever the age limit is. They have no criminal background because they do get their background checked.
Right.
They're allowed to purchase.
Well, yeah, I know that. What I'm saying is that I get that. The problem is that people are purchasing these guns. Rather, they are to protect their houses, to protect themselves, to have for their home protection, for their family, whatever the case may be. But these are the same people that have the ability to buy these guns, have the same ability to store the gun, keep it to protect their property, and they choose it to just shoot at random people.
Right.
Because they're pissed off. Because of whatever. We can go on and on about this. Absolutely. The problem is the people that need to be in this conversation are not in this conversation, so we don't need to have this conversation. Because it's not going to get fixed. I got the two things that they obviously don't want in Congress. Somebody that's real and somebody black. Because if they did, I'm sure some of these black congressmen or senators that are in the House of Representatives and at the Senate should be talking about this and not thinking about how they can continue to put money in their pocket and take care of their family and not really serve the community in which they've gotten voted in for.
No, they need more solutions.
The solution is start bringing in these damn stories of what's going on in the damn community that you represent.
Yeah, bring the facts in.
Like my Missouri governor should be bringing in facts to the president and letting them know, look, I got all these murders going in these inner cities and I need stricter gun laws. I need to have a conversation with the rest of the states that have the similar situation and see if we can come up with a plan to have more stringent gun laws so we can minimize, I don't know, the gun violence in our damn communities. Because what we got going on right now is like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's literally fucking stupid. But then we can bitch when the racist cops are beating the shit out of us and shooting us for being unarmed at a traffic stop. But somehow we can't recognize the fact that this person's not a threat. Oh, kid that shot up over 24 people and killed 7 that we was just talking about.
Right.
Oh, they picked his ass right up. They had a black man, what was it, in Ohio?
Yes.
Get out of his car after a high-speed chase from what they thought was a gun that he pulled out and shot at them. Gets out of the damn car, and they proceed to shoot 90 damn shots at him, hitting him 60 times.
Yeah. That right there.
When are we going to be not okay with this shit? It's like, they ain't going to hear me. They ain't going to hear me no more. It's like, okay, why don't we create platforms? Because everybody wants to be content creators and dance on TikTok and shit. How come we can't use those platforms and do the same damn thing that those people are doing? They're being content creators. We can be content solution creators because we can create solutions and talk about it and have a big forum and share that shit. But no, we got congressmen out of fucking, I can't remember what state it is, twerking on Instagram.
Oh.
For votes. You ain't got to worry about no damn votes unless you go down to Magic City, because you're going to get real familiar with a lot of shit. I'm telling you, because when they tell you we need your resignation because we don't want to do an investigation, and it would just save the heartache and pain from you and your legacy to just resign.
You just embarrassed yourself.
Take the package that we're gonna give you and go on about your life, because you just shit on everything that we needed in Congress, all because you want to be trending on TikTok, twerking your ass for votes.
I'm sorry, I can't with that.
That's not even mental illness.
No, that's just straight fucking ignorant.
How you just hella slow. Or hella retarded, or both. I don't know. I mean, this is what the world has come to. There were sex scandals that we had to worry about listening to when the news reported it. We didn't have all these little conscious conversations or Clubhouse or Facebook or Instagram where people are having these conversations that they have all day, every day, and still we dealing with this shit.
Yeah.
You want me to pay you because you then took a trip to come speak to us about how we can make life better just for us. But how am I going to deal with this shit? Oh, we don't have them conversations, but we got rooms all day to talk about some shit that you need to be doing in your real life to have a better life. But I think in order to be braided into the life that we have, there's some reality that we need to face. And that facing that we ain't doing right now is the shit that's going on out here.
Yeah.
But everybody says you can put your faith in this and you can do this and you can do all this. And how is that going to fix what's going on? Because I would actually like to, take my kids to the grocery store, or for that matter, go to the grocery store and not feel like I got to position my vehicle at a certain position in the parking lot because if some shit pop off, I need to be able to get to my vehicle in a strategic manner and get in and get out. Why do I think like this? I don't know. That happens when you have PTSD and anxiety. It's overthinking.
Yeah.
It's just not allowing that piece of that disability to control you. But how can you not think about that, though? It's like, damn, when I go in this Walmart, I don't know, every 5-6 months, we may hear there's a shooting incident or something that goes on at a fucking Walmart.
And it's crazy that you bring that up, because in more and more cases, that is actually happening.
Peace and love to my brother Sensei in the Facebook Live. Peace and love, my brother. I've been thinking about you last couple of days. I got to give you a call tomorrow.
What's good? Thanks, everybody, for tapping in and joining the conversation.
Yes.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
And I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. But like I said, we're going to be gone for 2 weeks. Doing some rebranding and changing to turn this podcast into an actual show podcast. It's still going to be a podcast. It's still going to be done on Spreaker.com, and it's still going to be out there for everyone to listen to. But it's going to change. I'm going to have different elements into the show that's going to be frequent elements. They may not be there every week, but it's going to be something that you can get adjusted to and appreciate. So when you know that this person is supposed to be there or it's a possibility, you're going to tune in. And you're going to tune in anyway because you're going to like the content. And it's not going to be topic driven. I'm not going to have it to where it's controlled by a meaning of what I wanted to put out as a topic and explain it so people can be like, yeah, I fucks with you. No, I'm going to talk about whatever the hell I want to. I'm going to have whoever I want to have on, and we're going to talk about whatever we want to.
Because that's what he motherfucking said.
Because that's what I motherfucking said. I mean, if I want to have my brother Sensei on here and we want to talk about broke bitches and spirituality, I guarantee you that's what we're going to talk about. Broke bitches and spirituality. If we want to, get into a conversation, I love you to life too, brother. If we get into a conversation or a dialogue about how certain groups of people create things just to follow somebody else that can create things, to never be creative, just a follower of someone that can create things. Why aren't you creating things and just being a follower? It's okay to follow some niggas, but if you ain't creating nothing, what are you following for? I'm like, it's not even like taking that into being a reality check. It's just true shit. You can have a bunch of people you look up to. You can have a bunch of people that mentor, that you're in a mentor space with, that you look up to and somebody's mentoring you. That's great to have. What I'm saying is that we get too comfortable with people that sell us an image of who we supposed to be. Yet we can't be this person because we're too dumb to realize it starts with me. No, you waiting on somebody to tell you pay me $6.95 a month and I'm going to teach you and mold you into somebody, but I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just going to teach you how you need to be. And they reprogram you and now you the hoe in the street sucking everybody's dick. It's like, whoa, whoa. All for donations? Whoa. I didn't know this came in the package. I need to talk to my wife about this. It's to that point. It's to the point where we can't control what they doing. And it ends with they weak ass for real. Like,
I'm done.
I was looking at, okay, so this is the last thing I'm going to bring up and then we can bring it to an end. I was watching this video on Sunday night. No, it was Monday morning. About Creflo Dollar talking about tidings and him apologizing for how he has explained tidings, how he's done sermons on tidings, how it's been recorded, whatever. He said, throw that away. Because what he feels about tidings now is completely different. And it's not what he's been teaching. And he apologized. Now, this is where I think the comedy came into the fact.
I was just about to say, so what's his new tactic?
No, it's not a new tactic. It's a breakdown into churches. Okay? So tidings may be written in an interpretation of how people see the interpretation in the Bible, but they each pastor interprets the way they interpret it, how this is going to benefit him. A church is an organization. It's not a religious atmosphere. Can I say this again? Huh? What'd you say?
Nothing.
Speak up.
I'm good.
No, what did you say?
Nothing.
I mean, everybody. Yeah, he said, now you give from your heart looking ass. This is my thing. It's not even about tidings anymore. It's a lot of people have a personal connection with a pastor. Some people do, some people don't. Some people do, some people don't. Mm-hmm. But people don't realize the only way that pastor makes money is those tidings. They pay for the church through the tidings. If you ain't paying your tidings, you ain't got no church. Unless somebody invested in that property and it's theirs, you still ain't got nothing because your pastor gonna want to get paid. I ain't doing this for free. Why they always talking about these pastors got the pink Cadillacs and the shoes and the fish tanks in them and the big old houses and expensive cars and all this other stuff? But you still got this lady that's talking about this financial blessing the last 4 or 5 times she done went to the pulpit. She doing everything right. It just ain't happen. But you got some ungrateful ass person that just all of a sudden come up there that said, y'all been praying for me and I got my tax return back, y'all. Bitch, we all did. What the fuck you talking about? And they trying to make it like it's a bigger, a bigger thing than what it was. It was $5,000. I thought it was only going to be 2. I'm just saying. Bitch, you already knew it was going to be 2. You signed it for 5. Why are you acting? Are you trying out for a movie? Are you hoping some producers in here going to see you? Let me stop. Because I already know I done pissed like 38 people off that's going to watch this and listen to it. And they not going to listen to it. But anyway, y'all.
Yeah, they're going to get to that part and be like,
be expecting that cross behavior of conversation when we come back in 2 weeks. Ain't nothing going to change as far as the personalities and everything. We just going to have a different delivery and a lot more content and a whole lot of funny that I think is going to be displayed. And of course, the solution-based conversation that we need to have. But with that being said, you got anything for him before we piece up out this beast on this Friday?
Nope. Thanks everybody for tapping in and tuning in. Make sure you check us out. If you got topics, whatever, hit us up in the inbox on the That's What I Said page on Facebook. Don't forget, download us on Spreaker.com, wherever you get your podcasts at, Amazon, iHeartRadio, yada, yada, yada. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.
That's what's up, y'all. And we out of here. Appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate everybody listening, taking the time to listen on a Friday night. Y'all could be doing a whole bunch of other shit, but y'all chilling with your boy Cedric D. Sanders on That's What I Said, the podcast. Make sure you download the Spreaker.com app so you get notified every time I do a live podcast. If you follow me on Facebook, hit them notifications, and anywhere else, hit the notifications. Let us know you rocking with us.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. And if I decide to make this announcement, which I guess I need to just go ahead and do it anyway, but who cares? So when we come back, the podcast / show is going to be going through further evolving, meaning the show is going to be its own entity and the podcast is going to be a new entity, which means something is going to have to get named differently. When that occurs, be prepared for a new show or podcast being called The Evening Eargasm.
You done woke it up from the dead.
So The Evening Eargasm is more than likely going to be the podcast where we bring those deep seated conversations and we talk about them on a late night atmosphere. So we will have guests. It'll be guest driven, but not primarily. And it's always going to bring that element of a different person's point of view. It's not going to be the political right way, and it's not going to be the politically wrong way. It's going to be right down the middle. So, be looking forward to y'all in 2 weeks. I will definitely advertise it. July 22nd is the date. It'll be Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And all them other changes, other times that go down from there, like Central, Mountain, and Western, Pacific, Islander, whatever. Yes. And ride with your boy. Because we about to do some that is probably been done, but not done in the capacity where everybody's going to be able to touch it and feel it and be part of the creation of it. So, 2 different labels, 2 different ways to listen to us, all within the same week. and merch. Be a creation conversation in 2 weeks, because we'll have something ready for everybody. So with that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoy y'all Friday. I know I did, and I hope y'all continue to enjoy it. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. We out of here. Peace.
That's what he said with Cedric D. Sanders.
Yeah. Bitch. Bitch.
Bitch, what? Bitch, what?
Hello, my name is Cedric, and along with my beautiful wife, Connie, we'll be hosting my brand new podcast, That's What I Said. I'm a retired Navy veteran that suffers from PTSD and anxiety, and we'll discuss how I cope with the mental illness through comedy and discussion. It's a podcast that will talk about everything from cryptocurrency to comedy. If we're worrying about the dollar going up and down, up and down, up and down, and it's still a dollar, guess what? The value of that means absolutely nothing. Cryptocurrency in itself is the future of money. From spirituality to cannabis. To have cannabis on the Schedule 1 list is bullshit. I'm sorry, it is. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a seed that can be planted and it has healing properties in it, why the hell is it in Schedule 1? Last time I checked, cocaine don't have healing property in it. From interracial relationships, I don't have a problem with people talking about interracial relationships. People try to talk bad about my interracial relationship just to think that they can get under my skin. I mean, really, it don't bother me. I mean, let's not make, call a spade a spade. But if you have a problem with someone that's in love, it shouldn't matter the race of the person. It's a mental illness in our community. The problem is people want to put labels on it. Everybody wants to put color on everything. And as soon as you put color on it, it gets treated differently. The money gets treated funny. Because if it's dealing with Asians, guess what? It's going to take a longer process unless those leaders step up and get into the president's face or U.S. leaders' face and say, this is a problem in our community. Not leaving one topic unturned. If you want to hear real authentic conversation, interviews, and comedy, please take time to listen to That's What I Said, because I said what I said.
Giving you 100% authentic, real, raw, unapologetic truth with no filter. Listen to That's What I Said, available on your favorite podcast platform.
Bitch, what?